Everybody's looking good and vibrant this evening, hydrated and all that kind of good stuff. So good to see you.
I'm vibrating with excitement.
I can tell. I can
Yes.
tell. I will take your word for it, though. All right. Okay, let's kick it off. I'm sure Twitch has caught up by now. All right. Welcome. I'm Scott's Case Files, and above are the awesomest players ever. This is the 10th and final episode of our Cyberpunk Red campaign, Reclamation Road.
Dum,
dum. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. There's booms of various types that are going to happen. There's bullets that are going to be flying. Lines that will be crossed. Lives that will be taken. It's going to be an interesting one. So on that note, yeah. So why don't we do this? I'm gonna just because this is our very last episode, I don't want to forget it this time. I'm gonna jump straight into our intro, and let's do the intro movie. Last time we'll be seeing it on the stream. So hold tight. We'll be right back in a second. All right, we're back. We did the thing. So, as we were kind of discussing during the quiet time of the video, everybody's mom thinks you're pretty cool. So, just go with that. So let's go ahead and introduce our wondrous players. Again, the players are the stars of the show. That's why they're always on the top there. They get the top billing because they're awesomest. So let's just say hi to everybody. Hey, Brian, how are you doing? You're looking awful happy.
Oh, yes, I cannot wait for what's about to go down. How we do it, people?
Yep. So Kane has some cool stuff going on. I want to have him tell you about that later at the end there. So keep that in mind, Brian. Next first, we have Jason.
Max says, live fast, die old, and drink lots of water.
Yeah. Hydration is key, really, and I get that. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
If you're hydrated, you will leave behind a good-looking corpse.
It'll still be dead. Just want to point that out. Okay, good. So now we have, of course, Aaron. Aaron, how are you doing?
Good. Thanks for this last show. I'm really excited. Got a super itchy camera finger, if you can call it that. Camera trigger finger. How about that?
That works. I'm happy to hear that. That's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, there's going to be some filming here. There's going to be some. This is Pulitzer Prize type stuff going on here tonight.
We're going to have the ultimate interview showdown.
Oh my! And last but not least, Cassie, how are you doing this evening?
Hello, peoples. I am the Cassie.
And she is vibrating with happiness to be here. That's what she said, at least. I'll take her at her word. So there we are. So yes, so when we left, let's just jump straight in. I mean, there's no reason to beat around the bush. When we left last episode, we kind of put the chess pieces in place for basically a three-pronged attack. One attack consisting of nomads. I'll never get the freaking nomad name right.
Petro.
Oro Petro.
Oro Petro tribe is going to be attacking the main headquarters, right? Or no, City Hall.
City Hall.
Yeah.
And then the other prong is a bunch of the Fords are taking up arms, and they're charging the headquarters of Damien Leonidas. And on the third prong, we have an interview happening at Damien Leonidas' own home, followed by who knows what. So we know where Mac is going to be. We know where Hugh's going to be and Kane are going to be. Domino, what's Domino's thing during this all? I know she's a lead from the rear type of general, which is exactly what she should be with her skill set. What are you doing? Are you? I think if I recall correctly, you're actually doing an interview or trying to get into a meeting in the actual headquarters to kind of help out the Fords with their attack. Is that so?
Yeah, I imagine she was going to try to find where like the pay data is so that they could get in, they could grab some data, and we could sell it off and make a bunch of money.
Cool.
Simple, effective. I like
Simple,
it.
effective, economical. Cool. And also, Hugh, I believe you've hired a small team to do some stuff at Leonidas' house. At least a couple, pardon me, a couple solos and a netrunner are going to get the netrunner in there so that he can hack the the security and kind of get the feeds kind of loaded straight to you. That's the plan.
That's right. That's
Excellent. Right. And Kane is going to be kind of probably reading a book in a trunk of a car for quite some time.
No, he's just kind of conducting his hands with a remote in his hand.
Oh, nice.
A remote. Oh God.
And Mac, where will you be on your part of the thing?
Oh, I'm gonna be all over. I'm gonna get the nomads properly riled up and everything going with them, and then I'm probably gonna zip by, City Hall and see how that's doing, and whether or not that gang is actually Ford tough.
You've been waiting 9 episodes to say that.
That was brilliant, dude. That was awesome.
Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't. Maybe it's Maybelline. And I don't know. I mean, I have seized the means of transportation. I can really just be anywhere I want whenever I need to be.
Okay. Awesome. So now, I'm trying to recall correctly. So, now Domino got up close and personal with one of the politicians from City Hall to kind of get things, kind of make the background that made the forgeries and actually turned the forgeries into real, honest-to-goodness, legitimate things like permits and identification, etc. to smooth a lot of the paths here.
Serena Thompson.
What?
That was the person's name.
Serena Thompson. Of course I knew that. What do you? I don't just create these names and throw them away. They're forever up here.
I see. Like Simone and Jay.
Yeah, I can be in multiple places at once effectively because I have Simone, Jay, and Lionel.
Yes, that's right. Oh yeah, don't let me forget about Lionel. Lionel is extra critical to this whole thing. What's Lionel doing again?
I think he's going to be cameraman with the Fords.
Oh, that's right. Because you're gonna be you're gonna be elsewhere.
Because my intern is already dedicated to cameraman for the Oro Petro attack.
Nice. Yeah. Wow. Still not getting paid anything.
Oh no. He'll be a made man after this.
You sure will be.
Just kidding. Okay. All right. So we set the stage. We might as well get to it. Depending on how we go here, how time goes. Obviously, one way or another, we're finishing this session. It's happening. if we have time left over at the end, which I'm assuming we're actually going to, I'd like to kind of talk about the campaign and that kind of stuff and go from there. But for now, let's get to the action. That's what the people are coming here for. So let's do the action thing.
Well, I imagine the first thing Domo is going to come to Mac and Hugh and be like, I did not give him an entire crate of C4 to use it to blow up convenience stores and kill civilians.
That's a problem. Do we need to take care of that before we can do anything else?
Take care.
Do you think that I would like to stop this from happening? And if I cannot stop it from happening, I may need to take other action at a later date.
Oh, damn.
King,
It's actually, it's actually a super problem. Now that I think about it, because of what I'm about to reveal in my interview. Well, how can we quickly and effectively remove them all at once at the same time, or practically at the same time?
Well,
That's impossible.
Is there a way we could get a message out, like the gas station owner Slack channel, or like?
Do they even know where all of them are?
No,
I think-
Kane did not reveal anything, and 2, there are safeguards in place for you guys not to touch those.
And I do seem to remember like a displaying a map of like blow up spots, but that was the closest I think he came to revealing any locations.
We did get to see that. He did point out to us all of those places, saying, "Don't go here, 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 here." And I did record that because I have a camera eye.
And that's kind of what he does.
All right. Well, I don't want to spoil Kane's fun, but I agree with Domino. Like,
Kane, are you going to be difficult?
I'm assuming Kane is not in this conversation. Am I
Nope.
right in assuming that?
No,
Or is Kane like right there?
I think Domino would have picked your time to have Kane not be there.
Okay.
definitely. She would not have talked about this in front of
Yes. Okay. I'm sure Kane is cleaning guns, getting just the right press on his suit that he's wearing to the ambush/assassination,
and
etc.
notes going, spoil my plans and I will kill you. You will die. Remember, I'm much stronger than you. I am a man. I was made for killing. That's what I do.
We could work off of my credibility and put something out on FYYL about a bomb scare with the specific details. And if your store is located where this red X is on the map, you'll want to get rid of your snow globes.
I mean, in the
That was
end,
the thing. Can we actually get the police to do this for us?
they're not equipped to handle this kind of thing.
I mean,
Good.
we could notify the police at the same time, right? Like, they're going to see it the same time the store owners would.
But if we can get police to scramble enough units to enough gas stations, then they're going to be busy when we actually get done business, too.
Yeah, I knew you were going to go there. Yeah, totally.
Well,
I'm
that
with you.
does make sense.
Yeah, that's okay with my Domino. So, and I'm not sure if it's appropriate enough for me to chime in. However, I think my impression was Kane was looking for chaos, and whether or not innocent people actually die is irrelevant. It's like two stations blowing up, and municipality, the fire people, the security, police have to go deal with that. The people are not trusting going to the gas station anymore. Chaos, not able to, they don't want to travel, etc., etc. So there's a middle ground, and maybe that does it. I don't know.
Oh, I mean, all the police and firemen and bomb squads showing up at these places, that would be the start of some chaos, right?
No.
You're not here. You don't get to talk.
I will kill all of you. When this is done, you do realize this.
That takes place after episode 10, so I'm not overly concerned.
Well, yeah. You do realize that if you bomb a bunch of convenience stores with the bombs Domino gave you, she will probably have somebody try to assassinate.
There's a lot of assassinations in our future, but let's focus on this. All right, so to kind of consolidate, again, I want to keep things moving, so we get all of this as we can out of it.
Yeah.
Why don't we have Hugh? So, okay, if you're going to go with the Hugh angle, Hugh, why don't you, Hugh? Why don't you roll? Your credibility is really what we're doing here. So, why don't you roll your credibility, with like your empathy plus 1d10. I think that's good.
Empathy, okay. How does that turn out?
A 5.
No one believes you.
Sucks.
No one believes you.
Nobody believes me.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, that's bad. So,
can we say knock knock? Here's this.
Well, it's going to be on the airways one way or another.
You're going to pick it up for sure.
Yeah. So, Hugh, what's the gist of the report that you're putting out?
I think just what I said. This just in, breaking news. Bombs found to be planted at the following locations, and they show a picture of the map, the hand-drawn map, which is probably kind of a little angled since it wasn't directly shown to me. If you know somebody who's at one of these locations, please contact them immediately. Contact the police. Don't try to disarm the weapons yourself. And get out of there.
Okay. So yeah, that goes out over the airwaves. It's basically people are watching that in their cargo containers. They're watching it in the cafes, on the street, driving their taxis or whatever.
There's actually a deeply important question here. Do the Fords have a rival gang?
Yeah. Yes.
And who are they?
God damn it. Okay, let me think about this one. It wasn't ever thought about by me. Let's see. So the rival gang of the Fords is
Fishers.
Oh no, I got it. They're against the Federation.
Oh. Well then, Hugh, it was clearly the Federation who planted these bombs, right?
Yeah.
Clearly, you should. If Federation bomb threat.
That's why Federation. I got a 5. It's the yeah.
So yes, we're listening to it. So here's what you wanted it to do. Here's what it's doing. So the idea was to get people away from there. What it's actually done is the store owners, the store owners and the general public don't believe you. But the municipality stuff does. The firemen, the police, the security forces. There's probably been rumblings about this. You don't just bring a crate of 20 pounds of C4 into the even Night City. Just falls off a truck and nobody thinks about it. Anyway, so they're taking it seriously. The store owners are not. However, nobody's coming to the stores, so they jack down the prices. So now the public is like, yeah, cheap choo-choo, and they're going in for it full hand, as the kids say.
I picked deserted places.
we gotta take our losses and stick to the plan. This totally failed. It is what it is. Let's just keep moving. This isn't gonna get any better.
All right. So
Uh,
that happens. That happened. It's beginning to happen. That you're feeling the first effects of it at the moment. What
We tried.
Yeah,
We tried.
Yeah, you tried. I mean, yeah, you tried with the resources you have available. There you go. So yes. So let's set up the three prongs. First, let's see. So Domino, I'm going to say you're coming. Of course, you're happening before the attack. So we'll start with you on that on the corporate building thing. Mac, do you want to start with the Oro Petros at City Hall and start that whole thing? And I'm assuming Hugh and Kane are toddling down driving in a different car, or did Mac loan them a vehicle?
I could actually bring an FYYL van. That would really help with the whole thing. So whatever that costs me to rent, plus I do actually have drive land vehicle, so I can drive this van.
All those driving instructions from Mac finally paid off.
Yeah, I'm a fast learner.
All right. Okay, so these things are going to be happening simultaneously, so I'm going to jump from one to the other as we go. So why don't we start with Domino. In the meantime, kind of formulate what you guys are doing. I'm going to assume that Kane has heard the news report, so it's going to be one of those very awkward drives. So kind of prepare yourself for that. So yeah, Domino.
Oh shit!
You're walking into we'll never get the company's name right. Hit me with
You
my
belong
line.
to us.
You belong to us. Thank you. I can do FYYL all day long. The other one is just not. I can't. It's not sticking. I'm an old person.
Yip to. You belong to us. Yip to.
So yes.
YBTU.
So Domino, you walk in. What's your plan? What you doing?
Okay. Let's see. Well, we probably should have actually made a plan of how to get in here. Okay, she's looking to use her.
Well, she has her permit number in hand. She's but for all intents and purposes, she looks outwardly like a businesswoman at this point. She's trying to conduct business, and who do you go to for cheap labor and other such sundry items? Then you belong to us.
Mm-hmm. Well, could we say that she had some kind of meeting planned?
Sure. Yeah, you'd have been with what you have. You probably could have gotten a meeting with like a mid-level recruiter. Someone whose job it is to kind of put people with the job that you want, and you're kind of at that mid-level where, yeah, you're absolutely not corporate, but you're also not this literal person off the street or the little mom and pop shop. What you're proposing is, will be bringing in some money as far as any normal person knows.
Okay.
So yeah, so you'll be meeting with like a mid-level you belong to us recruiter named Tom, because of fucking course.
So yeah. So she has on her like nice suit, pants, tie, her shades, and her hair kind of slicked back and into a ponytail.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going in, and she just walks in with her briefcase, goes up to the receptionist, and says, "Hi, I'm here for my meeting at 5:00 with somebody, Tom."
Oh, Tom. Yes. And what's your name again, please?
My name is Talia Langley.
Miss Langley. Yes, I have you down right here. We have you booked in the Neo conference room. It's just over there. Can I offer you a beverage or a scone?
No, thank you.
Our scones are quite delicious, I'll have you know.
I'm sure they are.
He probably gets like a bonus if the person takes the scone or something. So okay, yes. So yeah, go and pop over there. If you have any other needs, let us know. And Tom will be in with you shortly. So yeah, the conference room is what you might expect. It's like it seems like, it's like a solid wood look-alike table. The walls have like your eye can tell it's like soundproofing and sound dispersing type material. There's like again, I'm assuming that corporate conference rooms don't change much in the course of a few years, and yes, there's like a conference agent in the center of the table, lit up and ready to go. Other than that, they have like a carafe of water over to one side on this little table in the corner with glasses and that kind of thing. So you have a seat?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking she'll probably talk with him a little bit and get some like preliminary stuff out of the way. But let me see if she can. I kind of like to do something like sort of like a flashback. If she could acquire like Tom's personal information, like his phone number, and then have somebody call him and like impersonate him, say like, "Oh, there's an emergency you need to take care of," so that it gets him away from the office for a little while, so she can scout around.
Okay. I mean, you're a fixer. This is not by any means beyond the bounds of your abilities. So yeah, we can say that has happened. I have no problem with that.
Do you want me to make like a roll or something?
Well, again, this is simple. This is like a person's number. This is like a level 1 fixer could accomplish this, and you're level 6 or 5, excuse me. So yeah, this is so below your abilities that it's not even worth a roll. So I'm not too concerned about it. The rolling will begin once you start to scout around in a corporate office with armed security.
All right, let's get started.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see. So Tom comes in. Again, this guy he might as well have been a clone of every other recruiter type person you've ever seen. Big smile, fake teeth, perfect hair and skin, all body sculpted because this is not normal. He even has like a tan.
Smells like fresh baked cookies.
Yeah, fresh baked cookies and mint. He smells like a little bit of musk, because people like musk. But yes, he shakes your hand, introduces himself. Tom. Tom doesn't have a last name as far as you know, but he has a number. That's really what's important here at You Belong to Us. So yeah. Yes. I did review your permits and everything looks in order. I mean, you're set to move on, and we definitely have the manpower and woman power to do what you need. So kind of describe what you're looking for in terms of personnel.
I largely need people with certain technical skills, to begin with, mostly data entry and like low-level analytics. And ideally, if you have somebody that is experienced in finance, that would be wonderful.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so he kind of goes to the wall, and in lieu of a whiteboard, there's kind of like a hollow interface type of thing. And he kind of, what you're looking for is our financial startup package. And he goes over here, and he's kind of hits the wall, and it shows like these animated people kind of running over to each side of the thing. The guy with the calculator is over here. The one with the round data optics and an actual like number pad attached to their hand type of thing. And over here you have like clerical looking people, office people, technical folks, that kind of thing. He's like, yeah, this is just readily available. We can definitely hook you up with this at a pretty reasonable price. I mean, this is we see that you're primed to kind of take off here, and we want to be a part of it. And if we can make a great impression on you and show you that we can provide the the people power that you need, we'd like to maybe stay involved with you for a while. Maybe even contract. You'll find our contract rates are very reasonable.
That sounds wonderful, Tom. I would like to hear more about your rates.
Well, I'm glad you asked.
Nice use of the first name, by the way.
Yeah. So we'll kind of jump over to Mac as they kind of go over figures and stuff. The call has not come yet, Domino, but it's coming.
Okay.
So Mac, you're with the Oro Petros. You have your vehicle. They have their vehicles. What's going on? Describe me what's happening. What does it look like to kind of get things like ready to literally roll and do the thing? What does that look like for nomads, for your tribe?
Well, I mean, we're going in primarily for maximum chaos. To seem like we're attacking, but not necessarily press that. And so the best way to do that, of course, is to try and swarm from as many directions at once. So we've worked it out kind of outside the city, a bunch of different routes for people to follow and go around. And, we're coordinated, and so everybody's kind of approaching at City Hall, and then they pull over, they park, they whatever. Everybody's waiting for the go signal. And when they do, everybody's going to shift into gear, slam the pedal, and they're all just going to suddenly appear around City Hall, driving circles around it, and screeching, hollering, slamming their horns.
I love how this is all literal. Like, it could be literally anything else and be like a figurative description. They're going to get in gear. They're going to hit the pedal. They're going to swarm from all sides and just drive circles around them. They're actually going to drive circles. It's insane.
They're going to throw out a bunch of smoke bombs and some flashbangs. And see, the great thing about being nomads is that we get at least a fraction of all the fireworks coming into and through Night City. And we able to light off Roman candles, throw strings of firecrackers, terrorize the poor guy with the hot dog cart.
Okay, now is this figurative? I'm not sure if we shifted over to the figurative.
No, we're going to terrorize the hot dog cart, and then
with fireworks. Okay, so fireworks mean fireworks, not like high artillery and guns. The hot dog cart dude is actually a dude with the hot dog cart.
Yeah, no, we're going to try to scare them off, and then somebody's going to take over and give the whole tribe free hot dogs. What else do you do with the hot dog cart?
Am I reading this right? So basically, it starts off. the idea here is to start off as just looking like a bunch of dirty nomads up to no good, as opposed to holy shit, they're attacking the city hall.
Oh yeah, I mean we're gonna make a lot of noise, and then we're actually gonna actually overrunning City Hall is pretty much not gonna happen, but it certainly seems like it's gonna happen. Because then, after enough hooting and hollering and attention gathering, yes, we can move on to phase 2, where, we're still driving around, slamming the horns, and taking pot shots at the windows, making sure we're not really hitting anybody, but as much as we can. There's probably going to be several people doing donuts on the front lawn. I'm sure there's a few motorcycles that are going to go up the front stairs and try and smash right through the front door.
Excellent.
Looking to make a lot of noise and seem very, very scary, but, not really engage. We know we're outnumbered. We're stupid. We're rowdy.
All right. So
and then when anything proper shows up, we're gonna try and faint around, lead them off, have a merry pig chase,
right.
and all of that. But ultimately, this is all just a stalling tactic.
Sure. You're drawing people away from where they otherwise should be, etc. All right.
We're trying to capture all the attention so that nobody's looking at Kane.
Sure. All right. So for your part in all this, you're basically kind of, this is kind of the Mac plan. So let's roll some tactics.
Why do you keep making me roll tactics?
You have luck. It's okay. We're okay.
Ooh,
You didn't expect to be a planner, and here you are.
All right. Let me bring my character sheet up.
Can't be as bad as rolling a 5 in credibility.
That's a bad news day.
It's going to take some time to recover from that.
Yeah.
But luckily, a lot of shit is about to go down. So
yeah, people are going to forget all about that.
Yeah, as the old saying.
Yes,
Holy shit! Damn, dude! For a 3 in intelligence, and then in intelligence, you did really well. Good job.
Yeah.
Cool. So you did well. People are, as you kind of describe what you're expecting from people, and kind of assigning roles, and it's like, this could have devolved into suddenly just free shooting. Mac has made this into an actually planned chaos event. Actual human targets are by and large being avoided. Chaos is happening. Destruction of property is happening. Literally every moving violation that you could acquire in Night City is being acquired here by the tribe. They're like on super secret probation right now. If they actually had licenses, they'd be revoked immediately. But we don't worry about that kind of thing in the nomad tribes.
Oh, and definitely somebody has gotten into the underground parking and is just wildly flinging water balloons filled with paint everywhere.
What color paint?
Psychedelic.
Nice.
And any old color paint, but Dayglow neon, definitely.
Sounds good.
Neon yellow, neon green, neon pink. Just flinging it everywhere, getting it all over people's windshields.
All right, cool. So we'll cut from that chaos to the quietest car ride ever.
It won't be quiet for long.
Hugh and Kane, what's going on in the FYYL news van?
Yeah, as we cut over to the scene, we'll be reviewing what the plan's going to be, and you'll hear Hugh say, and like the old saying goes, when I give a signal, you're going to get in there and terrorize the hot dog cart guy.
Figurative. See, I got that.
No, but yeah, I am curious to see what Kane has to say about us trying to counter his plan. But otherwise, my plan is to get in to talk to the executive, bring up some stuff that I think will trigger Damien to want to come out and give his own comment. And then as I get to the point where I'm mentioning the death of my brother, that's the time to come out and do whatever you got to do. Sneak in, get your rocket launcher ready to go. Hello?
Oh, no. I'm listening.
Yep. So
You're up.
that's it, really. That's it.
Kane is going to follow up to the point of the question with your brother. After that, he's got a different plan.
Oh,
All right.
let's play it out. You're in the scene. Go.
Yeah. So, I get up to the, when I get up to the point where I'm going to start talking about my brother, that's the part where you could come in and do what you got to do, because I won't have much more to say after that.
I will explain everything about the way I've done things. So don't turn the camera from me.
Oh, yeah. Not a problem. I fully expect that.
Kane's got like a massive vein bulging on his forehead.
I fully expect that. Yeah, absolutely. I'll be pulling back to like outside of rocket propelled grenade explosion range, and yeah, I'll keep it mostly on you, and I'll try to catch his expressions where I can.
Just do me a favor. When you capture me, make sure to get the city behind me. That's all I ask. Just make sure to get the city behind me. This is important. I need to have the city and everything that's happening displayed behind me.
Okay. Yeah. I'm assuming that there's a good view of the city from his house, given what you're saying, and it's just a matter of either getting to a really nice big bay window, or getting outside, like on the big deck or something like that, or by the pool, or yeah. Okay. I will try to walk the conversation that way. I'm sure we won't start there. I mean, unless it's a nice day and that's where they want to be. But yeah, I'll try to work it that way. And if not, you could just point, at gunpoint, you could make him walk out there, and I'll follow you.
So Hugh, just do me a favor. Don't die. I like you. You and
Thanks.
Matt. I like
Thanks.
you both. And
Domino's not mentioned.
I'm not.
And it's like, and then knock. The last thing he's just, Kane. The last thing he's gonna say is, "I'm sorry, it has to end with you hating me." And he's just gonna be silent.
What do you mean by that?
You'll find out.
All right. Yeah. So without saying anything, I just like reflexively check to make sure I've still got my new shotgun next to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's shiny and everything.
Like, am I gonna have to use this thing?
No, not that. You're going to see.
All right.
All right.
Oh, dear.
Well,
Oh dear.
here we are.
Indeed. Yes.
It's time to get down.
Yeah, so you guys pull up to like the entrance. This is an estate on the edge of the city. It was probably like where one of the kind of the originally planned ethnic neighborhoods would have been, but like things bulldozed down, and it's like it almost looks like a beach scene. There's like there's palm trees suddenly. It's an engineered scene here. That only a rich person could make. The estate is surrounded by like cement, walls, as you would expect. There's like, as you kind of drive up, you can actually, Kane, are you still up in front? Are you noticeable, or are you hiding at this point? That's an important passage.
Hiding in the back of the van behind some equipment.
Okay.
Just crouched down.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, from what you can kind of peek out, this is pretty normal, what you would expect for security. Hugh, your kind of attention to detail, you see like there are small like miniguns like on the parapets that are tracking your movement as you go up to the gate. The gate isn't manned. But there is like a voice that comes out. A little hologram appears next to like the entrance area. The gate itself. It's like, appointment, please.
Hugh Huntley from FYYL. We're here to
Enter, please. Gate opens.
sometimes I outspeak myself, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So as you drive in, we go back to Domino. Domino, this has been a very fascinating talk about facts, figures, money coming in, money going out, contractual obligations, and all the benefits that can be ascribed by signing a contract with You Belong to Us. As kind of, you can kind of tell where Tom is getting to the part where it's like, and this is where I get my commission, because he's getting very happy to start talking to some stuff with you, and suddenly his eyes, like, there's like a blink in them, like a light, and he's like, I'm so sorry, can I leave you with? I'm going to leave you with the agreement and the contract here. Why don't you read those over? I'm going to be right back. Sudden emergency just happened. Not that you're not my top priority, but I want to make sure that everything goes smoothly for you in your business dealings with You Belong to Us. So I'll be right back. Stay put. And with that, he leaves in a rather big hurry. You're muted.
Oh, yeah, sorry. She'll sit there for just a few seconds, then she'll get up, and she'll look around. There's no cameras in here. Are there any cameras in here?
No, there are immediately outside, though. You're kind of, this conference room is kind of on like a larger, like, greeting area where such people like you would go to meet the actual people they're doing business with and go to conference rooms. So in this open area, yes, there absolutely are cameras all over the place, but not in the meeting room which you're in right now. What do you do?
Well, I think what she is going to do, she's gonna wait a few seconds for him to walk off. She'll just wait till she doesn't hear his footsteps anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll slip out, and then she'll walk over towards the bathroom.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, they're readily available, as you might expect.
And she'll go into the bathroom, and then make sure nobody else is in the bathroom first. And then I think she'll just try to take off her suit, and under her suit she can have like a maintenance type uniform.
Cool.
And then she takes that off and stores her stuff probably like under the sink or something, so it's hard to see.
Okay.
And like in the briefcase, and puts a big cap on her head and just pulls it tight, and she kind of does like a quick once over with like makeup just so she doesn't look like completely the same.
Gotcha.
And then she's gonna walk straight back out and have like on a lanyard with some like identification or something, and she's gonna go towards towards like in the direction of like the data area.
Okay. All right. That's definitely going to take a roll or two. So let me just figure out what that would be right quick. Let's see here. Let's find this.
There's actually a disguise skill. Oh, please don't tell me there's a disguise skill, because I don't have that.
That's all right. Let's see what we have here. I'm just looking. I can't find what I'm looking for. Give me just 1 second.
That's something she should be good at, but she is not good at.
There you go. Let's see here. Let's just, for the sake of doing this, let's call this stealth. You're basically attempting to not be noticed and get around places.
Stealth. Okay, this is going to go poorly.
Well, I'll give you a slight bonus for the fact that you decided to actually, prepare with like disguise and that kind of thing. But let's see how we do. 11. Okay. Yeah, your preparation will get you. I'll give you a 13. So that's the lowest level of success you can possibly have.
Could I
What's that?
spend like a couple points of luck and
Well, how much luck would you want to spend?
2 points, get up to like a 15.
Sure. Go ahead. We'll call it a 15 then. Spend your luck points, please.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Yeah. So you kind of you do your disguise. You kind of you through this check also basically shows that you're acting the part. You came from this kind of body stance of business person, and now you're in low level cleanup person or tech person, that kind of thing. So yeah, you kind of pull the hat down over your eyes a little bit. I'll say you even pass Tom in the corridor, just for some flavor there. He doesn't even notice you. In fact, he probably gives you this disdainful look. It's like a whole new side of Tom. It's not the happy, cheery, want to sell you stuff Tom. It's the, oh my god, I hope they weren't cleaning poop recently, and they actually touched me as I brushed past them in the hallway type of look. Not a shiny, happy person, Tom. He probably has a crappy life. But there we are. So yes, as you kind of delve deeper into You Belong to Us headquarters towards, things are marked. You can figure out where this is not your first rodeo. You were kind of like a undercover ops type of person. So yeah, I'll say you're making your way towards it. Well, we may be doing some more rolls, but hold on to your hat. And I mean that literally. It's not a figurative thing. It's like literally hold on your hat. And let's go to Mac. Mac. So yes, phase 1 is going as planned. There's chaos. You can start to hear sirens. This is City Hall, so I'm going to say there were some kind of cops on hand, but even if it's nomads, it looks bad if they just start shooting, type of thing.
We got firecrackers to sound like shooting, and their own candles cause a display, and the paint-filled balloons, so that nobody actually gets hurt. But if cop cars happen to get a paint balloon right on the windshield, well, nobody's hurt. It'll come right off, when they go to wash it later. But it's not like they're driving around for a while.
Yeah, well, just remember, these are cyberpunk era cops also. So, again, they're used to being attacked by petty thugs with automatic weapons. So these people are on high alert. So yeah, I'm going to say they do recognize the concept that you're actually not trying to murder anybody here. And this is, in essence, this is actually basically one huge vandalism incident going on here. And again, it's hard to spin, especially they're civic employees. It's hard to spin. Yeah, we opened fire on nomads because they were setting off firecrackers. That doesn't look good. And with the investigative journalists, Hugh, all just littering the area at this point, it would be bad. So yes, they're basically, police are trying to generate some order here, but there's too few of them presently. So yeah, your people mostly have free reign. Every now and then your guys will drive by a cop and whip the badge off of his chest, or splatter him with some paint and that kind of thing. But so far stuff is not out of hand. But again, because this is like child's play compared to their usual stuff. It's just not the type of stuff that they're trained to take care of. They're trained to basically take down cyber psychos and corner heavily armed thugs. Not vandalizing nomads from everywhere they look. So yeah, you definitely hear sirens in the background. They're approaching quite rapidly.
Oh, Jay and Simone know what their special job is once the police show up. They are, of course, going to be slipping behind every single cop car and stuffing a banana in the tailpipe.
Oh, man. I bring up Axel F, and suddenly you bring the entire Beverly Hills Cop into this campaign. Mac. Mackety
You
Mac,
just
Mac,
deserve
Mac.
it, man.
Yeah. No pun intended. It's banana. All right. Cool. Awesome. All right. So, what is Mac doing during all of this? Like, not I'm assuming you're coordinating things on your agent here and there, but are you like driving around too? Are you throwing stuff? Are you starting to get ready to cycle over to you belong to his headquarters? What's Mac doing? I want to hear about Mac.
I think this is the perfect time for Mac to be police and whatever are coming, and that is my cue to make my way away, being all nondescript in that. Park in a nice out of the way area and switch to the helicopter.
Nice. Where were you stashing the helicopter all this time? Like on a building not far away or something, or what?
I can't tell you. That's a Nomad secret.
That's a Nomad. Okay, that's fair. That's a fair point. Fair point.
Whatever it is, and start by bringing the helicopter back towards the ruckus happening around City Hall. The police are there, and I know these wouldn't have been too hard to acquire. So there are some big speakers on the bottom of this chopper.
Yeah,
and I'm going to start playing party music. I'm not sure exactly which song to play. Oh, yep, perfect. We Will Rock You. I'll start blaring that as I'm flying over the crowd. And I don't know. Does this seem like a good time to pass the leftist to just dump out boxes full of leftist organizing pamphlets, Domino?
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
I can't wait till we get to the point where the police get to break out in part 2 and you sing "We Are the Champions" and
go, geez.
The policemen step out. I paid my dues.
No, it's going to be like, oh my God, the look at the Nomad and the cop. They're starting a rap-off fight.
At which point you'll definitely hear,
they're breakdance fighting.
I have to say, this is not going how I expected it.
All right, so yes, leaflets suddenly hard copy. Ugh. Hard copy flies down in great like snow from the heavens.
As We Will Rock You plays.
As We Will Rock You plays. The police are just freaking confused at this point. It's like, from your aerial view, you can kind of tell that they don't know what to do. It's like, yeah, this is mass vandalism, but a couple of people getting hurt here and there, by sideswiped by an out of control car or whatever. But at this point, it looks like you see the police cars are trying to more contain it than stop it. At this point, it seems like the best strategy for them. So yeah, as you zip on by, off you go.
Probably a non-zero chance that various police are getting mobbed and therefore hotboxed.
Hotboxed.
What does it mean, hotboxed?
It concentrated exposure to secondhand marijuana smoke.
Oh, all right.
That'll be interesting. That's just what we need. High cops with guns.
Good plan. They roll down a window and go like, "What's going on here?" Somebody just kind of leans in and blows all the smoke.
And this is Cyberpunk Red marijuana, or the equivalent. So we'll get to this later, probably in a news report.
I'm going to take and turn off the music and start flying over towards You Belong to Us headquarters to see how the Fords are doing.
Yep. I do want to note that, though, if again the TV version of this, kind of it pans out from Mac in the pilot seat of the helicopter, and then kind of goes down, and you see the most fucking terrified news intern you've ever seen in your life with a camera that will not come down from his shoulder. He's probably literally wet his pants. He's trying to read the flyers. He's trying to not get hit by cars. He's trying to talk, do small talk. He has his like lanyarded, press badge, and he's putting it up in everybody's face in hopes that they won't like shoot him or run him over. But he's to his merit, to his credit, that camera never stops running, and it's getting good shots.
Remain calm.
All right, so let's go over to Hugh and Kane. The van drives in. You're directed to kind of go to like it's like the actual house is like a mansion. It's a McMansion type of thing, obviously. like it wouldn't have been. Come on.
To me, it's kind of like I miss this so much.
That would have been my room up there.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So like,
while Hugh's distracted, Kane sneaks a letter into Hugh's pocket.
oh,
Motherfucker. You need a roll for that.
yeah. Let's do it. Let's make it interesting.
I'll do my stealth. I'll do my stealth.
Yeah, do your stealth. Roll your stealth.
I don't want no Kane letter slipped into my pocket.
All right. Why don't we make it what's the word I'm looking for? English is, as usual, failing me. Where you're fighting back. Yeah. So so Hugh, why don't you roll a
perception roll?
A what?
Like some kind of a perception roll?
Yeah, let's do do your perception. Roll your perception. So whoever wins wins.
Yay!
Man, come on!
It was a worthy roll. It was a worthy roll.
How can that happen? I've got a 16 going into that.
You probably rolled a 1.
I did. Son of a bitch.
Thank you, big man.
Yeah, that's a 1 minus 3, so you got -2.
So
yeah. Well, it still hit 13.
Yeah, but as opposed to Kane's, he lost. So yeah, the letters in your pocket. So yeah, so you're being directed to it's this place. It's you have the actual McMansion, and then right in front of it, there's this 3-floor like conference center. The walls are all like glass. You can see totally into these places. And as you get out, there's a very attractive young man waiting for you. He is, his suit is in the $15K range. He is, he has a few cybernetics that are obvious and they're like the stylish brands like Kuroseki eyeballs. You can kind of see the trademark, symbol going around in his eyes. And again, like a really tight cut, tight haircut. And he's he looks at you, and you can see there has to be like some software going on in the background where he like does a check. Okay, is this really you, Hunley? Yes, confirmed. And he's like, hello, Mr. Huntley. My name is Aaron, and I'm one of the executive assistants of Mr. Leonidas. So I was hoping I could guide you to a conference room.
Yes, absolutely.
Please follow me. And he kind of walks with such balance and grace. It's like it looks like he's like walking a tightrope. He's so precise in his foot falls and everything. And he kind of takes you down a hallway. Again, these are all glass rooms. And he sits you down, and he's like, can I offer you any refreshment? We have all varieties of waters and sparkling waters, cognac, absinthe,
cognac,
gin.
Maybe later. You know what? Sparkling water would be fantastic.
Certainly. I'll be right back. Glacial, of course, yes?
Glacial, like a peel of lime, too.
Ah, excellent. And Aaron leaves, and kind of leaves you alone there for not too long. Again, this is the picture of efficiency. Comes back and has not only your drink, but like a plate with
Personal.
some like a plate with some minor refreshments on it, that type of thing. He's like, I am so sorry, Mr. Huntley. I didn't get the memo that we were supposed to direct you straight to Mr. Leonidas' study for this interview. He's decided that he wants to meet with you directly.
Oh, excellent. I thought I was going to be meeting with his executive assistant first for, just general campaign interview questions.
That was going to be the case, but he's apparently liked what he's seen of your footage lately and is very interested to be interviewed by you directly. Is that a problem,
All
Mr.
right.
Huntley?
Not at all. That is fantastic. We'd be happy to do that.
Excellent. Come right up. We ask that you not film in the actual household until you're inside the den.
Understood.
And with that, he carries your water and your little hors d'oeuvre plate with him. And you, before you know it, you're in the main house, and it's like all like that. It has that lacquered hardwood everything feel to it. Yeah. Like this is
sculpted ceilings.
Yeah, this would have been several $1 million in present day. This is like a $100 million fortune in Cyberpunk Red days.
It's like small third world country economy was spent here. Yeah.
Pretty much, yes. So yeah, he guides you up, and you're brought into a study. It has all the things you think a rich person's study would have. Again, more wood, lacquered wood type stuff, bookcases with actual hard copy books in them, a large, heavy wooded desk with, everything on it from a computer setup, to a little knickknacks and memento type stuff, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes.
And Aaron sits down your refreshment on like a little table. You're seated. He seats you at a table right in front of the desk. You can actually, as you look out, there's a window in back of him that, yes, you can actually see Night City.
Perfect.
And he sits down a little kind of like end table to the left of you. And then he's like, Mr. Leonidas will be through shortly.
Thank you. I sit. I smell my drink. Hopefully, there's nothing weird in there. I'll try it. Why not?
Why not? Just go for it.
I'll take the little travel legs and extend them onto my camera. Set it up. Get some floater lights going. Make sure his seat is well lit, and the second cam pointed back towards me. Get that all ready to go, and then stand up next to my chair, be ready to step forward and greet him.
Okay.
Introduce myself.
It takes about 5 minutes, and then the double doors that lead into it open, and we will go over to where Domino is at right now.
All right.
Nice!
All right.
All right, Domino, yeah, you're cruising through the halls with your disguise on. You can tell that you're getting close to the tech area. You are like as you kind of reach it, you can see that there's badge access required to get into the actual like server room.
Okay.
It's kind of like there's cameras and stuff, so I suppose it's not like the highest of tech stuff, but it's, again, you have to basically scan a badge to open the door. What do you do? There's people kind of going back and forth here and there. Occasionally someone actually goes into the room. What is Domino doing? And what's the name on her gear? Everybody who has that outfit has a name, has like their last name or first name.
Okay.
I know I'm making improv.
Mm-hmm.
Would you love that? You got this. Would you like me to give you a name?
1 second.
No problem.
I'll just,
Oh,
you
go
can give me like a nice, just like, probably like Erica or something.
Erica, perfect. All right, yeah, Erica. Cool. So yeah, what do? And people are milling back and forth. Occasionally, someone will pop into the room, close the door behind them. What's your plan of action, Domino?
Okay, let's see. Since I don't think she would have like an actual badge. So her two options are try to follow somebody in when they're going in, or to ask them to open the door for her.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Tailgating is
third option would be to try and pickpocket a badge off somebody.
That is true, but she is not good at pickpocketing people.
all right. So what does she do?
That's another thing. She probably should be good at people, but she's not. Well, let me see. Actually, pick lock.
Excuse me.
That's not. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. She's gonna just move up to the door and catch somebody as they're going through, and she's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm new here. I forgot my badge. Could you let me in? I'm really sorry. This won't happen again."
Sure. Roll a persuasion.
Persuasion. Do.
Let's see how you do. 16? Not bad. So, so as you're kind of, the guy you asked to do it was, obviously, he's some kind of IT type geek. And, pardon me. He's like, oh, God, did Candace shit herself in here again? Is that why you got to come in here to clean up?
I don't know.
Well, what do you got to do in here? He's kind of like, you're already in. He's letting you in, and he's closing the door behind. But he's like, yeah, what do you need to fix or clean up? What's going on? Thank you for telling me Candace did not shit herself again. She parties too hard. She goes on the blue glass, and next thing you know, we find her unconscious in a server rack with poop all over herself. That's just what we need, right? He's like, okay, not today. All right, so what do you need to do? What are you here for?
Okay.
Blue, bitch.
She says, okay. I really should have thought of this before I did it.
Okay. It's fine. You're good. You're good. Take your time. But not too long. You got this.
Okay. Well, she says, I'm just here to make sure that the servers are up to date and you have the proper security protocols in place, and just routine maintenance. They change these things up every couple weeks.
He's like, are you fucking serious? That's literally my job. Did they send you in here questioning my work? Oh my God. If our servers are up to date, our servers are fucking up to date. You go back to Driscoll and you tell her our servers are just goddamn fine. Okay? They're fine. They're up to date. The protocols are in place. And you tell Driscoll that if she wants to question my work and my professionalism, that she should come down here her damn self and not send a poor techie down here to check on the stuff in her place. Tell her to grow some balls. How about that?
Yeah, I know. She's just far too overbearing. I don't know what her problem is, but
she's a bitch. That's what her problem is.
like I'm sorry to get on you here. Do you think we just can review the stuff to make sure, like, and I'll just go back and tell her that I did my job, and then, uh,
Wow, he's like, that was just the right response. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry. You're just trying not to get fired, so I get it. So yeah, let's, okay, go over to the console over there, run the protocols. They're already loaded up there. Do the check your boxes, tell you did it, whatever. Again, they're up to date. I got nothing to worry about. But you tell her, again, you just promise me you'll tell her that she comes down here her damn self next time that she wants to challenge my work. Okay?
yeah, man, I hear you.
All right. He's like, thanks, Candace. Was it Candace? Can't remember what name you gave for yourself already. Anyway, so yeah, he's like, yeah, fine. All right, do the thing. I'll be over here if you need anything.
Okay. So she'll walk over, and one thing I'll say is she's trying to like kind of map out the area with her like internal agent to like so that she'll be able to give
Words.
the follow. And
Gotcha.
Yeah, so she'll go over there and like review the security permits and like the protocols and such, and after she's done, she'll just like kind of like give him a tip, give the other guy a tip of the hat, and just start walking back out, I guess.
Okay, you're not going to try to get anything or whatever. It was more like a mapping type mission here.
How do we get the money?
Well, I imagine what she's going to do is she's going to take it and map it out, get the security protocols, transmit that stuff to the Fords, and the Fords come in here and take all the stuff.
Okay, odds are decent there's some kind of tech or something amongst them. All right, cool. All right, as Domino leaves, gives the tip of the hat. Guy's like, hey, you know what? Hey, I'm so sorry. I mean, I didn't mean to yell at you. I've been just on the edge of losing my job for like a year now. I know you know what I'm talking about. It's like, I don't really have much, but we got the newest IT, key card lanyard. So I figured I'd give it to you. So here you go. It has like a "Why You Belong to Us" logo on it, and like, little place you clip in your card. And that's so you don't forget it next time.
Oh, thanks. This will save me so much trouble. You know how it is. It's you lose your thing, you have to report to them, and they put a strike on your permanent record.
Oh God, I do. All right, do your thing. And again, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap. I just been under a lot of pressure, and I got to put up with coworkers shitting in servers. So you just, I'm sorry. So bye for now. Bye. All right, Domino leaves, and let's go to Mac. Mac, what are you up to? Are we flying over You Belong to Us headquarters at this point?
Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on with the forts.
Okay.
What can I see from my eye in the sky?
So, from last episode, you kind of helped map out that area, like ways to get in, get out, choke points and that kind of stuff. You did that around City Hall and the You Belong to Us headquarters. So you can kind of see, from above, it's hard not to spot the Fords. I mean, look for Fedora, a bunch of fedoras in a crowd, and that's likely what's going on. But yeah, you can kind of see them at like waiting points. They have not been given any signal yet.
Huh. And who is supposed to be giving them the signal?
Domino.
Well, obviously we got the signal back at City Hall, And we got that a while ago. And this was all supposed to be a coordinated thing happening all at once, wasn't it?
Best laid plans. No plan is ever met with the enemy intact type of Sun Tzu stuff going on here. So, Domino, if you want, at this point, I will allow you to give the signal if you're like, are you heading out? Are you staying in the building? What's going on?
Oh, the way I imagine it is she'll go back to the restroom and basically put the key card in her briefcase and then put her back on her suit and then go back to the room, and she'll be sitting there when Tom comes back. She'll finish up the meeting and then she'll just leave.
Okay. All right. So I will say that when are you giving the signal? I suppose is the best question for me to ask.
And then she'll like give all the information to the Fords and like say like, okay, you go down this hallway. There's cameras here and here. You use this key card to open the door. There's computers here. Use these passcodes to access the data. You take the data. We can sell it, make ourselves a bunch of money. Go.
Okay, so where I suppose, again, my kind of question to you is, when Domino does all that, is she out of the building? Is she kind of wait? Is she there to be present for the whole thing, or is she walking out and once she's around the corner, that's when she gives the signal and relays all the data?
I imagine. Well, she needs to give them like the actual physical key, like badges and stuff too. So she'll go to where they are and give them all the stuff.
Okay, yeah, you see a Deckard. The one you've been working with, and you give him the card and everything, and you can kind of see he relays that to the rest of his teams through their agents, and suddenly back where there was no action, there is. You see a whole bunch of fedoras moving in at the same damn time, and it is magnificent.
Boom.
All right.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Better hit me with the copyright strike for that, Twitch. I was just denying it. But yeah, so yeah, you see the swarm move in. What's Mac's goal here in the helicopter? What does Mac want to accomplish being in the helicopter? Is more of like a intelligence gathering, keep everybody up to speed on what's going on, or you actually want to get in the mix here? What's the plan?
Was intending to see what was going on and how it was going on, whether or not they needed any kind of support from out here. Somebody's got to be keeping an eye on everything, and of course that's me because everybody else is too busy being themselves.
Right? You're like the ultimate Overwatch, kind of, sort of.
Aside from Data. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Aside from Data, they were also originally looking for a big cache of weapons. Like, they wanted the latest in corporate weapon tech. So, I don't know, would they need a way to quick lift that out of there if they capture it?
Ooh.
Oh, that's certainly something I could help with.
Ooh, so yeah, you can probably coordinate with them to go up to the roof or something. That's cool. All right.
Oh, well, You Belong to Us headquarters probably has a helipad on the roof, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely it does. Without a doubt.
4.
You have 4 of them.
They have 4. One for each turned down finger.
Probably true.
So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's certainly available if they ever end up with something that they need lifted out.
Okay, but for now, you're kind of doing the thing, watching everybody. I'm gonna say every now and then, like a drone whizzes by your helicopter, like a media drone type of thing. You can kind of see like the logo on the side. Over there is a Chan 2. Over there is a YK24. There's a FYYL coming towards you and actually zooms in on you. And what do you call it? You actually see like the the logo on the side, and you kind of see yourself reflected in the lens. Like it gets that close for like a nice close up.
Be an extra €100, Mac, if you take out those other drones.
Tempting.
No, I mean, I could.
Yeah, let's do a roll. Do an air control roll.
Oh, just a piloting roll, huh? Oh,
Yeah, that's really what it boils down to.
How about a 27?
Yeah, you can probably clip it with the rotors, for crying out loud. So yeah, there's
been there anyway.
Yeah, so like you hear a zoom for just a second, and then the thing like falls from the sky onto the crowd below. You do hear a ping, and then like a message from Lionel. He's like, "Mac, it's a little scary down here. I mean, I'm surrounded by freaking Fords, and I'm about to go into the corporate place that wants me like dead. Is this am I gonna be okay, Mac? I got the camera. I'm doing my best."
Do you need me to take over?
No, I got to earn my keep somehow. Just
remember, if you get one of their hats and you keep it like real down low over your face, they won't be able to see your face, and everybody you're with will be a lot more distracting, right?
Yeah, but I mean, even I know they identify people by like measuring their ears and stuff, and my ears will still be available, and I'm a little scared, but I'm gonna do it. I promised I would, and I'm going in. And then he cuts contact.
They grow up so fast.
I just want to fly and leave the nest. All right, let's go back up to Hugh. Kane, you're again. They're
at 8:30, by the way.
What's that? Oh yeah,
at 8:30, by the way.
I read 8:27.
Oh, sorry.
So don't get ahead of me. I just want to make a quick note.
Kane's gonna like get out of the van and get over to wherever his position's gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna get there soon, but not till after the break. So, Kane, I just want to set the stage for that. Around the truck, people are doing kind of like security scans, like the mirror underneath and that kind of thing. But otherwise, they've pretty much designated this as a not bomb, basically, and are good with it. So after a little, and this is stuff you were trained to do, look for this, look for that. Okay. If it's dangerous, it'll have this, do the chemical sniffer. Okay. Nothing in there, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, we are almost to the break, but I do want to, here's how we're going to close. So Hugh, the door is open, and none other than Damien Leonidas pushes into the study. And he kind of, if you put out your hand, he'll kind of not even take it and just kind of whisk past you to sit behind his own desk.
It's like, Mr. Leonidas, Hugh Huntley of FYYL. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yes, I'm actually very familiar with your work, Mr. Huntley. And so he like sits down, and he like has his own little glass. He's like, do you mind if I join you for some water?
Oh, please do.
Oh, he's like, but I definitely want to have what you have. So he takes out this little vial, and you haven't seen this in years. But it shows the Requintado logo on the side.
Motherfucker.
And he with that he kind of spritzes some in from this vial. Like, bottoms up, Mr. Huntley. And we'll go to break. So we'll see y'all in 10. Things are about to get more interesting post break. Not that they weren't interesting already, mind you.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay.
See y'all in 10.
Not that I didn't make anything entertaining enough already.
Time for checkmate.
Dun dun dun. And we go to break. See you in 10. All right, and we're back from break. So yeah, good times are being had by all. Let's see here. So I want to keep our cycle going. let's go back to Domino. What is so Domino's in the crowd now? Are you going back in with the Fords, or are you kind of standing at the periphery watching? What's Domino's goal here?
I feel like she wants to get away from this as quickly as possible, and
maybe pick up some gum at a gas station or something.
No, definitely not. And ultimately, she'd like to get back to her safe house so that she can get on her computer and start coordinating some stuff.
Awesome. Yeah. So to foreshadow, are we talking like the California Liberation Front group? More of them in the mix?
Sure, if you want to introduce them.
Do you want to introduce them? It's your character. It's your show.
Yeah, that would be fine. I've kind of been holding back from that because we didn't have time to really develop them.
Well, I mean, we can't develop them so much as put them into action, but that's something. So let's just for the sake of brevity, let's get you back to your nearby safe house area. And what are you doing? I mean, how do you contact them? What's going on? What do you tell them to do?
Okay. Okay, so she gets back to her safe house. She just tries to make sure nobody followed her. And she gets on there and starts sending out like coded messages to various places. Well, I feel like what she's going to do is she's going to take some small, what's it called? Like little USB drives.
Mm-hmm. Or the equivalent, right? Chips.
Yeah, like rough Cyberpunk equivalent.
Yeah, probably memory chips, that type of thing.
Memory chips, yeah. And she's going to put some like orders and stuff on them, and like information about what's going on, and then she's just going to drive like to some of her like dead drops and put the memory chips like there, and then later people are going to come by and pick them up and read them, and then they're going to organize what's going on.
Okay, so so in like the 20 words or less version, what does Domino order them to do or direct them to do?
I think at this point, probably she's gonna wait for Huntley to like start riling people up, and they're gonna try to go out into like where people are and try to like intensify the level of
yeah. Agitators is what the word you're looking for. Yes.
Agitate.
Perfect. All right. Excellent. Any like slogans they want to be screaming out or yelling, or surely the California Liberation Front has a slogan.
A slogan.
So yeah, I'm just challenging you, putting you on the spot, but you got this. I can tell.
What would be good? I can only think of like slogans that people actually use, and I don't know if I want to use them.
Fair enough. So we'll put their slogan on it, whatever that might be, and they'll be trying to agitate and maybe even get new membership, which might not be difficult considering what's happening, the chaos. They got to rely on somebody, right? Might as well be the people. Am I right?
Sure.
Good. All right. Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, you're doing your thing. You're doing your dead drops. This probably feels a lot more comfortable to you than what you've been doing. This is like what you do. This is like your day is dropping stuff off at dead drops, and communicating with little fringe groups that you belong to, or direct and that kind of thing. So yeah, so I think Domino's definitely more in her turf right now, so that is a good thing. Mac, yeah, you're getting all kinds of chatter now from on your agent. Yeah, they basically took over the server room. There's like a couple hacker type folks in the middle of them, not quite net runners, but hackers, people who they do these dash and grabs or smash and grabs. They're like, yeah, we got some stuff. We also kind of steamrolled over them. They didn't think that we were just gonna bring in the firepower. I mean, we're just a poser gang, right? But yeah, here we are, and we're gonna do it. And we located the armory. We do have like a pallet which we can get up there, but there's no way we're getting out the front door. Are you able to help us with that, Mac? Oop, you're muted.
Oh yeah, I got you covered.
I mean, Oro Petros will get a cut, of course.
Mm-hmm. Of course. We don't fly for free.
You don't fly for free. Ass, grass, or what's the other one? Gas.
Yeah.
As the saying goes.
No,
from back in the day, even before my time. So it's crazy talk.
Yeah.
So there's like you didn't realize the Ford gang was quite so large and prolific, or is it just that they're recruiting members like as we speak? These are like, this is the jumping in type of thing going on, and it's just there's chaos out front. You can see again the sirens are getting closer, but there's so few of them because they're already kind of working on that whole city hall thing. From like a few connected agents you have from like people in the Fords, you do hear some firefights. There is some bullets going off and people are dying. You kind of are you gonna like land right away, or what are you doing? What's your plan?
Stay airborne, kind of circling around until they signal me they need me to come in. Like, they've got this pallet basically up at the roof or near the roof.
Gotcha.
But,
yeah, they're definitely not there yet. And you hear some more gunfire coming through, your open comms with some of them. A couple of them go dead. These are like, one of the services they do provide is security. There's a reason they have a small armory of goodies.
Mm. Oh.
You do get a ping from Lionel.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh my god, I'm in. There's bullets everywhere. Oh my god, I just saw my old boss and they blew his face off. It was great. It was everything I hoped it would be."
Are you wearing the jacket I gave you?
Yes.
Are you wearing the helmet I gave you?
Well, the helmet doesn't look cool. It was going to mess up my hair. Like, okay, I'll put on the helmet. Helmet's going on. Helmet's on. Helmet's on.
Remember, if you're stuck in a corner and you need to get out, you can use the thing I gave you. But don't waste it before then.
It's like, I'll see you soon, Mac.
All right. Remember, Lionel, you're with the Fords, so just remember, Han shot first.
You're like, he gets it now. You had to look it up. But yes, excellent. So right now you're circling. Lionel's in the fray somewhere. That brings us back to the. Let's actually, you know what? Kane hasn't done anything in a while. Let's get Kane involved. Kane's probably prepping now that I'm assuming Hugh keeps some kind of comm open with him, letting him know like what's going on, like what part we're at? Yeah, obviously you have to share the queue with him.
Yeah, whenever I can, I'm messaging something to him where I'm at, comments like, "Do you remember growing up here, man? This place is amazing."
This place is awful.
All right, so Kane, what are you doing?
So, once everything was all clear, Kane actually got out of the van, takes his grenade launcher and his rocket launcher, puts them over his shoulders, has his remote control, starts walking back to the backyard, and sees where all the beautiful lawn furniture is, and takes a seat. And is just sitting there looking at the city, going, "It's almost time for me to save you, Night City."
Is that what that's going to happen? All right.
There's a very twisted logic to this. You're all going to see.
Now, Kane is intimately familiar with this area, and is also aware that probably there is at least like 2 or 3 security guys closing in on him from various angles at this point. They haven't like breached into the open where he can actually visually see them, but they're coming. They're like the silent operators. They're like kind of like stealthily. They don't want you to know that they're there until it's time for you to get a bullet in the brain type of team.
Is this the sort of place where you could use something like local expert for stuff?
Kane could, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, him.
Let's go for it. Boop, boop. Not bad.
What do we do here?
16. Local expert.
Oh, local expert. All right. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, you definitely have, not literally, but figuratively, the high ground. These guys might be here on assignment, but you actually lived this area for at least some time. You were, you were the guy. So yeah. So we're gonna, your situation. I'm gonna cut from you for a second. So yeah, Huntley. So yeah, you're facing Leonidas. He's just spritzed his glass and he's drinking from it. He puts a little vial off to the side. So, Ms. Huntley, I've been definitely following your work very closely. I find it very interesting. Are we rolling, by the way? Are we live?
We're not live. You'll have a cut of that before we actually publish. But we are, as FYYL legal worked it out with you, the contract we're trying to do here, get you a 30-minute segment, and really kind of help press or, buff your whole PR campaign. So, yeah, recent polls have taken a huge leap for you. And, we'd like to really showcase that. What is your secret exactly right now? And he just kind of continues to go into these really generic, questions, trying to get all of the immediate bullshit stuff out of the way.
Yeah, he'll give equally bullshit political answers. My secret is teamwork. I have a dedicated team that I work with that isn't behind me, but is with me. And we're on the same level. We're working as a group for the betterment of Night City, and with that kind of attitude, how could we not triumph? Those kinds of answers,
Yes. Yeah, is there any chance that your PR team would want to give FYYL, say, exclusive coverage of your acceptance speech when you get there?
Oh, wow. Kidding. Yeah, they're gonna have to pay a little bit dearly for that, Mr. Huntley.
That is a lot to ask. So also, some other things I've heard. So I hear that trillionaire Elka Merkel, her of Baronessen Incorporated. I hear that she might be chipping in to the candidate ballot. Any comment from the Leonidas political camp on that?
She's like, it's a little late in the race for her to be picking up. If you look at the statistics on the polls, I've really pulled ahead with all the major demographics that I expected to, and then and they're also demographics that she doesn't have a chance to dig into at this point in the game. So I'm not threatened. I welcome competition as I always do, but also as I always do, I will defeat that competition. I will drive it under the ground.
It's fun, isn't it? I mean,
6 feet.
you know, what kind of a game would it be if you didn't have somebody to play with, right?
Exactly. I'm glad you understand, Mr. Huntley.
Yeah. Did you know that she's recently lobbied to have public paid contractors bear personal responsibility for any and all damage done to the city or its civilians?
Oh, and I'm completely on board with that. Absolutely. I mean, the thing is that assuming I win, and assuming that things go as planned, we're going to have private contractors, and it'll also have private contractors that are employed by the city to do their thing. They'll basically be deputized individuals for all intents and purposes. So I'm looking to definitely draw that line there. Whoever should get that contract, and support those who are deputized, and demonize the others that cause damage as paid vigilantes.
See, yeah. Well, that kind of surprises me. That you're on board of that. Did you know that as of 3 minutes ago, she was able actually to pass that amendment to your proposal for dissolving separation of interest in outsourcing public duties?
You see that hesitation, that tick, like, that he just sub-vocalized to somebody like, "Give me the press on this," And you can actually see like the larynx moving, no sound coming out, no lip moving. It's like,
did you have any comment on that?
Well,
I mean, it seems downright illegal to me, if you ask. I just can't believe she was able to move that quickly. It's suspicious, honestly. And if I can just go on, I think our two organizations have a great deal in common. We could really help each other out here. Our reach, and no doubt you've seen my show. You've said that. And of course, we'd be honored to have your exclusive on the acceptance speech. But did you know that FYYL is also a publicly paid contractor? And that this new amendment of ELCA's is going to be limiting our ability to tell the truth? As our board, our CEO, our shareholders, they're all going to become personally responsible for any kind of stunts like your son pulls in the middle of the city.
Like you see him, you see that twitch as you say that your son pulls in the middle of the city. Like, I'm not sure I understand where you're going with this, Mr. Huntley.
Well, I mean, don't you think this amendment should be overturned?
Well, I mean, he starts to fumble a bit. He's like, definitely, it was pushed a little fast. If it did happen as you explained, we definitely want to look into charges of corruption, and there's no saying that this amendment couldn't be reversed anyway. Such things happen.
Well, I think we've got what we need. It's more than enough to put together 30 minutes. I really thank you, and we wish you the best of luck in the polls. And on a personal note, I'm very the tragic loss of your wife from so long ago. That was devastating. I know what it's like losing a family. I mean, thank God you still have your fortune. It must have been great for you to be able to afford something like Voir at the current underground market prices that goes for now.
He kind of straightens up in his seat, and let's cut over to Domino. Domino's been quiet.
Okay.
So you've done your rounds. People are starting to respond to you. I'm sure you have like encrypted channels that they can do this. Like bulletin board type things where like you post in code, and they're basically your people are getting back to you with message received already on the streets type of stuff. They already have their own literature, saved to data chips and whatnot. So this is like they're basically ready to go out and hand out these data chips for like, here's who we are, the California Liberation Front. Here's how you're being hurt by the man, and here's how we're fighting back. Join us, type of things. And they're literally going to be handing those out like candy, like at the what do you call it? The chaos bowl going on. I don't know. Yeah, your people are totally all over this. They are. This is their time. They've never had a better recruitment campaign in the history of the organization.
Yeah, I feel, she's definitely back at her safe house and on her computer and is helping to coordinate everything going on. And she'll probably touch in with like the nomads and the Fords a bit through like more encrypted channels. And just to see what's going on there and to see if she can't, like 5,000 feet, like direct people to go where they need to go and do what they need to do.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you definitely have, communication channels that are totally open to you. This is part of the plan, after all. Yeah, it looks like the Oro Petros, they are kind of...
Excuse me.
No problem. No. So they're doing their thing. They're kind of still. At this point, the police have kind of retreated to City Hall itself, and just kind of letting things happen as long as nothing gets out of control, and they're making sure it doesn't. And then basically, they own the area for like a 2-block radius around City Hall.
Okay.
As for the Fords, they've taken some losses, but that was always expected. They're working on getting a crate of stuff, a pallet of stuff up to the rooftops for Mac to skim off once it's up there. So
okay.
They got pay data, pay dirt, etc., etc.
Okay. Let's
Anything else you wanted to do at the moment?
Well, so maybe here's something that I can do. Possible is it to like try to slow down the police response to the what's going around the headquarters?
Sure. I mean, you can try to tell your people, like, go here, do that. Well, why don't you let's do a tactics roll. Let's see how you do. Tactics is.
I was actually maybe trying to like bribe somebody to like say maybe take it easy in this.
Oh, so you're not getting in touch with your own people, but like someone else. Okay. Let's see here. There is actually a bribery skill. Let's use it. All right. So who are you calling? Who are you contacting, and what are you promising them? First of all.
Let's see. Well, she'll contact them, and she definitely has on like one of those voice changer type modifiers. And she'll say,
"Okay, you have to do the voice. Do it. Come on. Do the voice."
Okay.
Hello.
What are we doing?
Great.
Excellent. So who do you contact, and what are you offering?
She will contact the police dispatcher Taylor Green. Who's Dispatcher Taylor Green? If you would like to make perhaps your salary, you should be slow in responding to the attack on the you belong to us headquarters.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Yeah, so you hear kind of a moan of hesitation, and that's when you make your roll for bribery, which is a skill, and it's a cool skill too. No, literally, it uses cool. 16, right?
Nice.
So yeah, you're not asking them to do anything, particularly illegal or traceable. Just slightly inefficient of them. So they just read off a number, which is an account, and as long as you send it their way, they're going to slow down some response, at least for a while. That's really all you can get out of that is for now.
The old triple redundancy equipment check.
Exactly. Nice. So yeah, suddenly you hear, the Oro Petros are reporting, yeah, it's just crazy. That's like I totally expected him to be here by now type of stuff. Or the reaction squad, blah blah blah, et cetera, et cetera. Looks like they're even going to the wrong place. We got one of our bikers tracking them.
You rock, Domino.
All right. So Mac, you're flying around and you do see the pallet come up, and along with the pallet is Lionel.
Like standing on it, like with his hand on the strap. Or...
I guess it's
probably
time
next
to make
to it.
a landing.
Okay. So as you're landing, you see there's like the roof access is this kind of like, kind of raised area on the roof and like the door access. And as you're kind of like coming in for the landing, you see like a security guard armed with a submachine gun, and it's pointed at Lionel. What do you do?
Well, the only thing I can do is try and shoot the guard.
All right, let's go ahead and shoot the guard.
All right. Where is the relevant skill for doing this? Oh, there it is. All right. Actually, no. How far away is the guard?
I'm gonna say he's like probably 30 meters. This is a little bit away here.
Ooh, that's a long distance. 30 meters, I don't think I would be able to. Really, I got one heavier weapon that could shoot that far, but I'm not going to roll that high.
All right. Are you gonna level it dangerous, malevolently at them? Are you gonna try to take a shot? What's your plan?
A weapon on the chopper you can spin up or something?
Unfortunately, no. Jeez, what can I do? Well then,
Can you radio to Domino and have her arrange something? Arrange a distraction?
She's good at that.
so it's about 30 meters away, but most of that is the downward distance, right?
Yeah, it's like we're talking like that slice of the hypotenuse or whatever, if this was a right angle.
Okay. Yeah, so he's not quite that far away in some terms. 30 meters away if I was trying to shoot him, but that's not nearly so far away if I was just going to throw a grenade.
Sure. Throw a grenade.
Throw a grenade. And what kind of grenades do I have? Well, I guess, I don't know. The grenades have a blast radius of... they cover basically a 10 by 10 area. I don't know if Lionel's that close to them.
He's probably not.
Probably not, huh?
Some of the forwards might be caught in it, but he shouldn't be.
But some of the forts would be caught in it. Damn it, can't do too much. Okay, I'll just throw a smoke grenade.
All right.
So
Throw your grenade.
throwing grenades is athletics.
You got some of that, right? Yeah, you do. You're very good at it, actually. Excellent.
That is good enough for me to make an accurate throw up to 25 yards away.
Cool. Plus
So-
it's radius, so
Yeah,
good enough for me.
basically. Well, I mean, it's mostly aiming, between.
Yeah, you're trying to get
Lionel
between them
and the
anyway.
cog.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So smoke grenade hits. What color smoke? Not that it really matters.
We're gonna go with green.
Green smoke. Green smoke goes all over the place. There's a sound of shots, and when the smoke clears, Lionel is on the far side from the shooter, like on the other side of the pallet. Kind of hungered down.
Yeah.
And the guy with the rifle no longer has it. If you look over as like the smoke clears, this figure rises up and takes off his fedora as the whip has just taken the gun out of his hand, the weapon, and there's this sense of realization that's fucking Arizona.
And I don't know how to feel about that anymore.
Fuck yeah!
Obviously, Arizona did a helpful thing, but Arizona was also Marshall. Yeah, I'm going to continue with my trying to plan for a landing.
Yeah, he'll fade into the crowd and kind of give you a nod, and looks like he's going back down the stairwell like some of the other Fords to basically they've got what they wanted. Let's get the hell out of Dodge type of thing before secondary strike teams come in, etc., etc. And before you know it, you're flying off with Lionel in the passenger seat, just with the biggest smile on his face, like it's the best day of his life type of smile. And he has the jacket on, and it's like it's 2 sizes too big for him, but whatever. And he's like, "Mac, I did it! I lived. It was actually kind of cool. Are you proud of me?"
Yes, I'm actually very proud of you.
Thanks, Mac.
You're doing such a good job. I mean, it hasn't been that long, but everything's changed, and you're going straight with it. This is just perfect.
Am I nomad now, Mac?
You are.
You're honorary.
God.
You are in my heart.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So let's go back to Kane. Basically these looks like there's 2 guys, and they're wearing like the corporation logo and everything. 2 of them, one coming from your left, one coming from your right, and they're like, "Which one are you?" One of the guys. And they have guns. Like they're kind of doing that, the level walk where like they take the steps forward, but the aiming on their gun never moves. That type of deal.
Kane looks at them both and goes, "I'm the personal guard. I'm waiting for him to come out after his interview."
They're like, "You're a Kane, aren't you?"
Kane just closes his eyes and goes, "God."
Jake up.
It's like, "Guys, just let me have this. Go, just pretend you didn't see me."
They one of the guys flicks to the side his faceplate, and it's another Kane or KK or some variety. The other guy does too. Like, why should we?
"I'm going to free you all."
One of us. One of us.
They're like,
It's like it's time for you guys to be free.
well, we're kind of free to do what we like. We get to blow shit up and put bullets in people. Put bullets in you and we get a promotion.
That's not what you really want to do. That's what you've been programmed to do. It's like sadly, I can't. My mind's so shattered from everything that's happened. I can't even really remember what I want to do at times. I can't possibly imagine what it's like for you.
Right at this point, they're so close to you. They could lean forward and the muzzle would touch your shoulder where you're seated. Go ahead and roll. What do you call it? Persuasion.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Oh, this is perfect. Kane's gonna hug him and go, "It's not your fault."
Oh Jesus Christ! We are not going to do Goodwill Hunting on this show.
Yes, we are.
Damn it, we're not. We already have too much, Beverly Hills Cop in this show. We don't need Goodwill Hunting.
But no, Kane's just gonna give him a hug.
All
As
right.
long as we don't go to Sister Act.
So he's like, so what's about to happen if we were to go with you? If we were not to blow your face off?
You guys, you don't even have to follow me. You just walk away and you can go start a new life.
A poorer
I'm gonna
life.
go. Actually, Kane's gonna reach in his pocket and hand. Hand him his agent. This is everything that has for all my money and accounts. You guys can have it. Share it if you want with the other Kanes and KKs and all the knock-knocks. Share it with them. Me,
I don't
I'm
see
gonna
there's
go
that
take
much to
care
look
of
around.
Daddy.
Take care of Daddy. I can't imagine there's that much to go around.
Oh no, and then Kane will also go, and then once we're done with the house, you guys can have everything here.
They're like, again, this is, if this was any normal person you were talking to, any normal people, and it's the correct use of normal, because none of the K variants are normal people by any stretch of the word, this would be a bad move. But they're like, we don't plan the things too well. We execute well. And we hear you're making a lot of plans. What if we took orders from you?
Then Kane's gonna get a smile on his face. Then I want you. It's like if you really want to follow my orders, then my orders are this. I want you to go out and help the city. Take out all the people that are making people's lives hard. And make sure not one last inch of you belongs in that city. Can you do that for me?
One's like, can I have your rocket launcher?
Kane actually tosses the grenade launcher. I need this for Daddy, but you can have this, and tosses him the grenade launcher.
I need this for Daddy.
The one guy with your agent that you tossed it to hands it back. He's like, I inputted some numbers. Use them. We'll figure shit out after whatever happens. We were pretty much ready for redundancy at this point. And Kane, that term within "you belong to us" means the whole K varieties were about to get literally all killed, and the next prototype put in place. So there's shit that's been going on in the background that even you're not aware of. That makes sense for them.
They're about to be canceled.
Yes.
Kane's gonna hold out his fist and go, well, then today's your birthday, because your life starts anew, guys.
They'll kind of back away. There's he's like, one guy has a comm. There's another team coming in. 2 solos, 1 net runner. Do we wipe them? Are they with you?
Kane. Okay, I'm figuring Kane would know. Would Kane know Hugh hired people?
Hugh, would Kane know that you hired people?
Yeah, that seems like the smart thing to do, to share with Kane.
Okay,
So that,
no.
that Kane doesn't blow them up, you know?
This is a very important detail. I just wanted to make sure outside of character real quick.
Yeah.
Kane looks and goes, no, they're good.
All right, we'll give them back their weapons and retreat then.
Kane's gonna give him a nod and go, then turn around and go, we're almost done.
All right. Hugh. Yeah,
Okay.
so he's Leonidas is definitely stammering on this whole his son thing. What was the last question again? I don't quite recall.
Yeah, so, okay, first of all, out of character, I want to try and get to the launch point for Kane as soon as possible, because I think the rest of what I got is going to take too long. So I'm just going to kind of badger him with the rest of these questions and not really wait for answers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
I totally don't know what you mean.
So I'll keep going, and this is kind of like, interview's over, so I'm packing up the camera, I'm putting away the lights.
Yeah, so he's like, where are you going, Huntley? We're not done.
Oh, well, I do have one other thing for you. Ballistic results, and I flip off this image off my agent, and I would imagine he's got the really awesome projectors that
thing behind him or whatever.
Yeah, and or maybe it lands on his desk or whatever. Yeah, ballistic results. It's as you can see, proving the handgun of the Who's There killer matches those of the case that was never solved for your wife. I was able to get an interview with the original KK, who now calls himself Kane. And if memory serves, your lost child was named Kane, right? He claims to be your son. Could that be possible? He also claims that you forced him to kill his own mother. Any comment on that? And that you manipulated him into a cyber psycho assassin. Any comment? And that he was just a prototype for your personal army, like this guy. And I show him the video of my brother getting killed with
Click.
KK over there, over the shoulder in the video.
Right.
Any comment on that? Did you know that Corked was my brother?
Yeah.
Did you have him killed?
Yep.
What do you have to say for yourself?
So
what would you say to Kane now if you were face to face?
Oh, nice. So yeah, Hugh is facing the window, and there are the flashes actually make him turn away. Fish, 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 fish. Boom! The you can feel this special armor glass just fighting against the shockwave coming from all this. Like every window in greater Night City is, if not shattered, is on the very verge. And yeah, just lights up, and he turns. You can see he's fucking fuming angry. And he turns around to the back, looks out, and sees all this. And that's when he sees Kane also sitting in a lawn chair with a fucking rocket launcher.
And Kane's
backing up. I'm backing up.
He's already
make sure, keep my promise, get him in the shot.
Yep.
All right. First things first. Kane does a little wave. Fires the rocket launcher. Oh, wrong button. Wrong button. It's heavy weapon. I'm pumping all my luck into that to put that at 22.
Okay. What's the effect you're looking for?
I want him to where this rocket, where it's going to go through the glass, hit him, and keep flying with him.
Oh my god, out the next window or something? Or?
Pretty much.
Cool. I'll say you're 20 plus.
Try.
Yeah, I got the moving shot. You probably, And Hugh, here's me imagining Hugh like doing the video editing. He's gonna like do like a Matrix type shot where like here's the rocket and him, and then like he goes all the way around it, type of thing, and gets the view from all sides. Because now he, by the way, if we hadn't already established that fact, Hugh is in control of the cameras now, the internal cameras, and there's many throughout this house. So yeah, that happens. Yeah, the last thing you hear is little fucker, and then suddenly he's just not there anymore, and glass shatters, a boom happens in the air, and then like everything's so silent.
Perfect, because now Kane's gonna walk in and ask you to point the camera at him.
Yeah,
that's right, it's me, the little fucker. But guess what, I'm your son, and I fucking surpassed you. I did everything you've ever tried to do, and I fucking beat you. I got the goddamn rebels on my side. I got the nomad. I got a little gang. Did I even care about anything like that? No. I even got fuck you, you're lying, before you even could, old man. I have taken you belong to us, and I have surpassed it. Everything belongs to me. But then, Kane looks at Hugh, gives a little wink, throws a rocket launcher on the ground and goes, but you know what? I don't want this fucking broken city with your broken promises and all your goddamn lies and corruption. And you know what, people? If you're mad about what I did, come get revenge. I'll be waiting out in the wastelands. Come find me. And then Knock Knock goes running off into the night. And Kane goes running off into the night.
And so does Knick Knack.
All
right. So let's do how about we do an aftermath scene? It seems like this is the culmination. This is where everything, the news report happens, and then we kind of see like the little white dot in the center, and then let's do some aftermath scenes with each of you. Does that sound okay, or do I want to do something before it comes to that?
Oh no, that's perfect.
All right.
Is there some other kind of action scene that should happen at the event? You're talking about all four of us, right? Aftermath?
Yeah.
Is there any other thing that should happen with...
I can't think of anything else.
Okay.
Are you trying to hint to me like we discussed something and I'm totally blanking on it right now?
I hard time following specifically what was going to happen at the Capitol. Like, I can't remember exactly what was going on there. So.
Oh, basically they just wanted it was a chaos thing, but that can also be covered in the aftermath type thing.
Okay.
Cool. All right, so I'm gonna say we're gonna flash forward to, I'd say 2 weeks later. Kind of the status of things. The city's in shambles. The city hall survived and wasn't raided, but faith in the entire governmental process of Night City has been lost. Like the citizenry is basically flipping the bird to the local government, not cooperating in the process. It looks like it's about to go back to some kind of lawless land. You can imagine like, the various gangs moving in. It's like there's a cycle in Night City. It's like, first it's like, Knight trying to create the city. Then he gets taken out and replaced by the corpse. The corpse get taken out by the local crime bosses, and they control the city, and then kind of goes around in the circle. So right now it's becoming that Night City that's all about the crime very quickly. The politicians are desperately trying to control power and keep things together, but it's not happening so well. Night City has just become a very different place. So let's start with Domino, probably the one that got most of what she wanted out of all this. Domino, what's your scene? Tell me what Domino's doing 2 weeks later.
How much money did we make?
Okay, what would her scene be? Well, I imagine that she is trying to organize, like, basically like community defense networks to basically get everybody she can into like a small area and then have people with guns protecting them.
Oh,
And
like
she's just trying to organize everybody into that and set up like militias and fund and get a lot of weapons for people so they can use. And she's just trying to basically restore order to the city as best she can.
Gotcha. Cool. Yeah, I mean, and you know, she's probably recognized by the locals. You know, they understand what she's trying to do, and they weren't doing it on their own. So you can imagine there's a new level of respect for Domino. You know, she's doing what she can, but she is only one person. She does have a network of, you know, California Liberation Movement, which basically accomplished what they wanted, more or less. And now it's just a matter of bringing people into the cause and keeping people, you know, the good people safe and the bad people, you know, out of their business, etc. So yeah, it's like, you know, her position has changed. She's not just a fixer anymore. She's a freaking community organizer. You know, she's something. She is something different. Also, I'd go so far as to say you got like a level of rocker boy going on now, or rocker girl in this case, or whatever you want, rocker person. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, there's people know Domino on the street. They, you know, she doesn't need bodyguards because the common people know without her, they're totally fucked in the neighborhoods. So there is this new level of respect that definitely develops for Domino in these last 2 weeks here. So yeah.
Excuse me.
Excellent. Hugh, where's Hugh in 2 weeks? What's Hugh's 2 weeks looking like?
So I would say all kind of within one scene. Hugh pulls off the biggest I forgot what it's called now, but he pulls off the biggest stage intercept to give away an award ever. He gives away a Grammy to, you know, some major musician, and in the after party, he's meeting with his new boss, who he used to call Rubber Boy, who was mysteriously at the scene where his friend was chopped up and pumped up full of war. And of course, like, Hugh's expectations after a thing like this are like, you know, I got it made now. Like, I can have it all, blah, 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 blah. I can return to the life that I really want. And of course, the corporation's, you know, take on it is like, oh yeah, here's your extra, you know, 5% or, you know, some piddly little extra thing that forces him to kind of stay there. But this guy, he tells me that there's, after they went through, the police reports show that after they went through all the belongings and traced back the holdings, the personal holdings for Leonidas, we found a source of somebody who's still making voir. And we think that it's linked to one of the companies that helped take down your family. And he, you know, slides an electronic you know, a folder over to me and says, so this is your new assignment. We want you to go find out.
Oh, so cool. Nice. So, and Hugh got what he wanted in the end, more or less.
Yeah, and there's also, I forgot to mention this, there is this thing that happened after he saw Leonidas fly across the room like that, you know, facing him and bringing up his brother, and, you know, and then seeing Leonidas fly across the room, it was almost like that motherfucker was mine. You know, like, I felt like I had that thing taken away from me for just a little bit, but at the same time, he got what he had coming. So
Awesome. And if there was a season 2 of this, yeah, then we'd be checking out, finding the makers of Foire and getting Hugh's family business back, etc., etc.
I would say that Domino would pay out the money that she owed everybody from the raid and stuff.
That is wise. That's good business. That's just doing good business right there. Fair enough. All right. How about Mac and Lionel?
Mac and Lionel. Well, I guess ultimately, especially with that cut of the weapons run for the Forge and the cut from Domino, and all the other things that are going on in that, things have been reasonably comfortable for Mac lately, and just like, Lionel, it's time to take things to the next level. Are you ready? And Lionel still looks completely panicked. But maybe not entirely completely. And Mac opens the door of the car, waves Lionel into the driver's seat, and gets in the passenger seat and says, "So, do you have any idea where Porto Vallarta is?"
And that's the camera. The camera turns its view to Lionel, who has a big smile on his face, and then puts the car in a gear, and that's where that scene cuts out. How about that?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Here's what we all want to know. Where's Kane at? What's Kane?
Okay, so
why are we gonna hate him?
Why are we gonna hate him?
Okay.
Whoa! What was in the note? We have we need the note.
In the letter, it's titled "Kane's Final Truth," and he tells you, "Hugh, you can't. I'm sorry, but you can't report this." This is me explaining everything to you. Finally, I had to turn the entire city's hate on me. I needed those reactions real, which is why I made it. Which is why I said I used you all. Which is why I took advantage of you all. But really, I don't feel like that. But I had to make you feel that. So with all the city's attention focused on the Leonidases, I killed my father, and all your hate is on me, and I disappear. But redemption doesn't end with one act.
Ooh.
And so, when Kane got to the desert, the K's were there. Kane looks to him and goes, "We've hurt a lot of people. We made a lot of people suffer. It's time to do right." So during the night, there's been lots of gangs and stuff that have been tied up and held in place with things, waiting for the police. And all that you saw was the silent K's. Well, when Hugh got his new assignment, when he gets home, waiting there is Kane in a fucking cape and a black mask. He goes, "Hugh, I've heard about what you got to do. Can me and the silent K's join?" And then a bunch of KKs jump out, all dressed in capes and stuff.
Oh my god!
The K to the silent K's.
This will sell.
They all swore off violence. They do not. They only apprehend with tying people up.
My two dates look
What?
at me and they're like, "What the hell?"
We're not down with this kind of thing. That's going to cost extra.
Why do I have a feeling they spell cape with a K?
Yes,
Absolutely.
one of the K's has a fan. And it's making Kane's.
I don't like where this is going.
And then last thing Kane's going to say is, "Hugh, capture my redemption."
Excellent. Well, there's one more. There's one more post scene here, and it takes place in a cargo container, a home. And guy's in there, and he's sitting on a bed, a cot, in the dark by himself. And across from him on this other cot, there's a man lying down. And he kind of goes over to him, and he turns the light on so he can see the guy's face. And the general populace doesn't know his name or who he is, but Mac would recognize Hightower. And he's like, and the guy talking is speaking with a voice that, if you heard it, you'd recognize it as Arizona Smith. And he kind of looks down and he's like, I'm sorry I couldn't do better and save you, buddy. We were kind of under the same thumb. But they messed you up. And the best I can do is let you pass, so... And he basically puts his hand down, puts his hand over the mouth and nose of Hightower. Hightower kind of reaches up, and you can kind of tell that he's like, this is not an attack. This is mercy. And you can see how, like, as the kind of camera gets closer on his eyes, you can see how it's like, his pupils are blown up. He's been, there's cables coming off of him. He was mentally manipulated and operated on and ravaged. And there's nothing but pain here. And he at the end. He kind of struggles because that's what humans do. We want to survive. But in the end, he kind of goes limp. Arizona kind of takes a step back and shakes his head sadly. And he's like, I think it's time I took over the gang. And with that, we kind of zoom in on his face, and he kind of has that. He not only had the face done, he actually had the extra money and did like the scar that Ford has, and that's where the scene closes up. And there we are. We finished the 10 session campaign.
Dude, that was awesome.
Well, all right then.
Well played.
Yes.
Oh man,
everybody did well. Again, as always, I'm always impressed by you guys. Again, as I pointed out in many sessions, these are way different play styles, way different role playing styles between each other, and yet they're all good. They all meshed so well together. Things came together. Fun was had.
Yeah.
And I had a good time with it. So
I felt a little bit bad trying to disarm your bombs out of character, but in character, she was like, "Oh no!"
No, you had to. It's just the worst part is because it's like, oh god, the long game. I need this to inspire the people. They need to be angry to where they're like, no, I don't trust corporations anymore. Those people are monsters. Look what came out of them.
Well, it's a good thing I failed.
Everything worked out in the end, more or less.
And that was the worst part. I'm like, oh god, I feel like such an asshole because they're all like, oh, he's going crazy. It's like, nope, just playing a long con right now. Gotta make it believable.
All right. So we have time. What are your thoughts? I mean, I don't think I've made a great secret that I'm not the biggest fan of the Cyberpunk Red system. But it has some good stuff, I think. And for the tactical player, this is such a great game. I just didn't have time for that. We could have taken entire sessions up with 1 30-second combat. And yeah. I want more important than the system. I want to tell the story of you guys, and that really paid off, as we can tell in the end here. So that's why, again, I did. If I'm sure it was not subtle that I kind of glossed over some rules. Combats were cut short, or et cetera, because as integral as violence is to the whole cyberpunk genre, I care more about each of your stories being told and this whole tale coming together. So there's that. So again, I for the right person, Cyberpunk Red is great. For what I was trying to do, it wasn't fantastic, but I love the history of it, and I've been a fan, et cetera. So what are your guys' thoughts? Talk to me.
I feel like like compared to when I used to GM when I was really young, I could think really fast. I could, track everything. Now more than ever, I want the equivalent of something to run all of that mechanics for me, so I
Right.
can do what you're talking about with, focus on story and this thing that all the players and all the NPCs are just kind of doing. Like, it keeps prompting for whatever the next roll is, whatever the next move is. That becomes kind of like a reference sheet for the game master to just, observe what's happening. But it doesn't take discussion to make all that stuff happen, right? I feel like we're to the point where we should be able to do something like that as a gaming society, and maybe it's out there and I just don't know it. But yeah, I totally
Cool.
agree. Like the one combat that we did in the bar in like episode 2 or 3, like that seemed to take forever and we did almost nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm really glad that we went the way we did with the story.
Cool. Anybody else?
Yeah, I kind of noted that early on once I started really looking at the rules in that. It's like, this feels an awful lot like 5e, especially with the tactical combat and all of that. So, can't claim I was the biggest fan, but, it is what it is. And yeah, it's always much more about the stories that you tell than the rules that you're playing with. Yeah, I mean, Mac didn't really have a starring role in this story, but I mean, Mac is very much a support kind of person anyways.
Yeah, without Mac, this could not have happened, is the bottom line.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you would have trouble getting to the end of the street without me.
True story.
So once again, I make a character based around a cool method of locomotion and turn into the team mom.
I'm sorry, it's your curse. It's your curse. All right, Brian. What are your thoughts? What do you think?
Somebody has to look after these things.
Exactly.
So I agree. Like when it comes to this system, it's exactly like 5e. And unless you have a lot of people who are thinking in their head, like, I'm going to take this somewhere outside of what combat should be, you're going to have those 5 hours, and those are boring as hell to me. Which is why it's my mission whenever I play D&D 5e, I'm going to make combat end in 5 minutes. That's my goal, and I always do. And not by making characters die or anything, but by doing something so insane that the GM was like, you literally, holy shit, you took advantage of, like, damn right I did. I read the book that long. So I could take advantage of that. But it shouldn't be like that. And it takes away from all the talent that my GM offers. Which is because I don't think you realize this guy. I sit here and I take a lot of notes on what I should be doing. On being a good GM. I take a lot of notes. Like one of the biggest things is about how you always address everyone one by one. That's what I do that now.
Oh, thanks, man.
I see someone being quiet. I'm like, hey, what are you doing? I address them by name. And I'm like, yeah, what you want to do? So let's talk about this. So no one sits out. That's the biggest thing I've learned. And what's another thing is like, this feels more like, okay, I'm going to let someone sit down and talk for 30 minutes versus letting it be all about everyone, the group. It's more about each person becomes a personal storyteller that keeps attention for like 20 minutes each time. And it's like, nah, I don't want to do that. Everyone should be the story contributor. Everyone should be able to take the essentially take the candle and keep telling the story without it being like, my turn. You sit over there.
All right. Yeah, the group has been very cooperative with that ideal of, hey, it's everybody's story. Let's tell it. I've yet to encounter in my doings here anybody fighting for the spotlight. I think in part because I do try to give people equal spotlight, and also because the quality of players, they get that it's all the same. It's all the same. Becomes the same story. You're all contributing, and as long as you all get to contribute, things are good. So yeah, I appreciate it for your excellent compliments.
Oh no, just saying the truth. I hold it to a standard now. It's like, because I want everyone to have as much of a good time as I always have in these sessions. I want everyone to always feel like that excitement, that tinge that I always feel. And it's like, okay, well, you emulate what you watch that you see is good. And it's like, I have a damn good GM, so I'm going to emulate what he does because that's what I see is the good way to do it for me personally, because I love to be a storyteller and I want to be like how he is.
Well, come in. You're going to do great. I wish you would stream your sessions. I want to hear all about your stuff. Record them at least.
No. This new session will be streamed. I thought I hit the go live button on my Twitch, and I didn't. I was so embarrassed. But the 21st session on the March 21st will be streamed on Twitch.
Awesome. Yeah, put that in the Discord. We all want to hear about that. So, and we all want to be there. So awesome. Domino, I can get out of character now. Cassie, you look like you've been chomping at the bit to make some comments. What's in your head? What you thinking?
Well, I mostly just came into this game like late, of course, and I just threw together a character really quick, and I just picked all the preset stuff, and I felt that worked out okay. But if I had more time, I would have did a lot different things, but it was pretty fun. It was definitely a different sort of character than I usually play, which I think was pretty fun. And I'm not entirely sure like how to work everything out, but I think what she accomplished was pretty interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was high goal set there, and she ended up doing it.
Yeah, you brought a lot of content and flavor in a very short time.
Absolutely,
it was really awesome.
Well, we'll put her in definitely. Yeah. And I do for the record, I do want to give a shout out to Steve for creating the character of Arizona Smith. I just loved the character he created, and it was such a genuine character, and he was so into it, and it was so real. And I'm assuming everyone else felt the loss of the character being prominent. The fact that we got Cassie cushioned that, because that, again, Cassie is always awesome whenever she's in any of my campaigns. But yeah, Steve was a plenty great character, and I did want to pay a little homage to him in the final episode, and finish his story too. So hopefully, if you should watch this, if you're out there, Steve, or if you watch the recording, let me know if I did Arizona justice or not. And otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just always trying to figure out how to do better role playing. I did a lot of space role play and stuff, but I haven't been doing voice role play very long, and I still try to always do better.
Yeah, awesome. As are we all, really. You never stop. So yeah, you're doing great. Again, I'm always happy to have you at my table, Cassie. Keep being awesome, and have faith in yourself, because you undersell yourself so often. It's not funny. Have faith in yourself, because you are awesome, and if you could see yourself through our eyes, I think you'd have a whole lot more confidence. So just go with that, okay? You got this. Anyway. So we're getting to the end. So let's say goodbye to our players one last time. Again, the players are the star of the show. I'm just a mere organizer who puts things together and puts things in their way. They're the ones who get over it and tell the stories and create it all. And I'm so lucky to have such awesome people who, all these people are now, there's not a new person here. Each person has been in at least one of my campaigns before this, and I'll always be happy to have them back at the table. So again, stars of the show are always above me, and that's the way they'll always be. So yeah, let's start with Cassie.
Okay, peoples. I will see you again later. Maybe in a new campaign.
Somewhere down the road. Awesome. All right, Aaron.
Thanks. It's been a lot of fun. This character was super challenging at first. I've never played a news reporter. I just totally had no idea where to go with it. And Scott, you did a great job with bringing us all together.
Oh, thanks.
And I really wanted to cheer when you brought Arizona back. It was that movie moment of like, yeah! You know.
It's what he deserved.
And I just want to put a note out there. So I will be putting the rest of the episodes together for FYYL, and I do have a playlist out there on Sound. What is it called? SoundCloud, something like that. So yeah, check that out.
Yeah, yes. Send it my way. I'll put it on the Discord under like the the campaign thing, like we did the playlists from
Mikey.
Yeah, for Mikey's playlist.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Send it my way. We'll put it up on the Discord for all to see, and I'm definitely going to be re-listening to it all too. So it's kind of cool to kind of see it all in one fell stroke too. Yeah.
So there will be at least 2 more post episodes. So like the one from the last season and the one from tonight. But I have this feeling that the one from tonight is probably going to become 2 on its own.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm going to create 2 little short ones that are for episodes 1 and 2 that are kind of missing. So
awesome, dude. Yeah, I'm glad you're jamming on this with your creativity thing. I'm glad you found this, and it's awesome too. And it's so cool to listen to. So thank you for bringing that to us, and I'm glad you're able to express yourself. It's awesome.
It's fun.
It's also hard work.
It's fun.
Cool. All right, Jason. Mother hen in every campaign. What are your final going away thoughts here?
I've already borrowed Hugh and FYYL for another game I've been running, and they're now something of a fixture in there.
Nice.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Despite being a far future science fiction mecha game, you were the one who confronted the players when they went looking for the dragon who was hiding in the mountains.
As you would. Of course, very much in character.
Well, the dragon called up somebody they could trust.
Why don't you stream these? Now we got to know what this is all about.
Danger dragon.
God damn it, Jason, teasing us.
Yeah. And next campaign, I'm going to do my absolute best not to make the team mom, but then again, the nature of the next campaign should make that easier.
I'm thinking yes. Awesome. Cool. Yep. Bedlam Hall is coming next. Awesome. Cool. Thank you, man. And last but not least, we have Brian, and I'll put up Brian's goodies right away.
All right, I'm going to go through that real quick. You can find me on Twitter, Mr. Nerdy Brian, YouTube, Horror and Dubs, and now on Twitch at Nerdy Cephalopod. Jason, I was going to say it on Discord, but I actually wrote our Monster of the Week characters in my zombie campaign, so...
Nice.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. I cannot wait for that crossover. That's what I'm really looking forward to. So I will make sure to post the links for that stream in the Discord.
Yes, absolutely.
You guys can all see that.
Yeah, I mean, please, Brian, share all this on the Discord. If you have your own Discord, I actually don't know, but let us all know where that is on the Discord, and so we can support you.
Well, of course. And the other thing I always want to say, it's just. You guys have been the best teachers, especially you, Scott. I've learned so much. And I still will continue to learn.
Awesome. Yeah, again, and we never stop learning in any skill, and this role-playing thing is a skill, like any other. So, awesome.
Right, yes. Wow, Hawk's now living on in 2 separate games.
What's the other one?
No, those characters... These characters were so awesome. They have to live on. I had to.
Can't forget Darcy's Carsies.
Yeah, we'll get back to Emily on that one. All right. Ooh, and
Well,
my
of course,
kitty comes
of course
with
I
this
was
right
gonna
now.
Yep, I was gonna let Emily know that one. So she could get a smile on her face for that.
Absolutely. So this is Roxy, and I am
Aw.
Scott of Scott's Case Files, the channel this is happening on. This was a fun campaign. Again, I'm all about the story here, and these characters told great ones. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was a great culmination. Episode 10 was everything I wanted it to be. So that was awesome. So anyway, I'm Scott of Scott's Case Files. If you like what you see here, I do a whole lot of actual plays. You can find them on my YouTube. Do all the following. If you're watching me on Twitch here, feel free to follow me and be alerted when I go live. And I have a schedule, so we can do that. I'm now an affiliate, so if you want to subscribe and support the channel, all the better. And also, all my social media is below if you hit the About. My Twitter, Discord, YouTube. And this, of course, will be on YouTube later. So, speaking of which, if you're watching this on YouTube, all the stuff is in the description below. Check it out. Think of subscribing to the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Because it helps me put more stuff out there to be seen by more people. And again, one of the reasons, I do several reasons I do actual plays. One, I do like to be a teacher for like people interested in a given game. It's one thing to read about a role-playing game and the rules. It's another thing to see it in motion and everything. So I try to build that into my actual plays. And two, these are awesome role players, and the idea that we would otherwise be sitting in the internet equivalent of our basement kind of playing alone with no one else to see is a shame, because these players are so awesome. I want their stuff to be seen. It deserves to be seen, and I hope that others see their benchmark and try to go for it, because that's what you should be doing. So anyway, let's get out of here. It's been a heck of a campaign. Was anything reclaimed at the end? I don't know. We'll have to answer that question on the Discord. But anyway, let's get the hell out of here.
All the Ks were reclaimed and repurposed.
Oh, there you go.
Yay!
All right, we brought it, tied it all together in a little knot, a little bow, and all is good. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for participating. I hope you had the greatest time as I did. And again, I'm Scott of Scott's Case Files. Have a great week. Do good things. Be good to each other. Go forth and do no harm. And I hope to see you again soon. And otherwise, take care for now. Bye-bye.